home of the high level pro boxing media, the Fighters and Trainers channel, and most importantly, the People's channel. And we have here special guest, former champion, and one of the hottest coaches in boxing right now, Mickey Bay. What's going on, man? We blueing. We got the blue on today.
Yeah, yeah, I see, I see.
Man, lots of things have been going on in boxing. We had a great card in Madison Square Garden, a sold out crowd, 21,000. Were you able to see all the fights?
Nah, I saw some of Shoo. Um, I seen Keyshawn. I seen the last two. I went back and watched some of Shoes.
Did you ever check out Xander Zayas?
Nah, I ain't watched his.
Looks like you're gonna have to, man, because Bill's out here talking. He talking about possibly moving up to 54. You never told me that, Mick. 54?
Yeah, shit. I don't, I mean, I just know they I leave that up to them. But I wouldn't be surprised. 'Cause like I told you, I mean, Devin always want to fight the best possible matches, and he like to stay busy too. So I don't, I just do my job.
No, it's amazing to hear that. You know what I mean? To want to capture another fourth division. I mean, Bill put out there that he felt like Xander Zayas is food. I mean, what do you think about Xander Zayas?
He a decent fighter. Young. I mean, I don't see him. Of course, I don't see him beating Devin, but he could fight. He just won another belt too, right?
Yeah, he's now the youngest unified champion in the world.
Oh, okay, okay. Yeah, that. I mean, shit, that probably make it even better. Then jump up there, beat him, come back down. Because it'd be funny because people are always crying about Devin weight. Like he averaged 147 pounder size wise. Now, what can you say about 54? He's small for 54, but good enough to win. But so that'd be fun because it's like, what's the excuse?
Ever since the Debo Dev nickname, now people want to do, Shakur want to do a rehydration clause. I see, people calling out Dev, but when he calls their bluff, they start to backtrack and see where they could possibly fight and get some leverage. But it's cool to see, him and I guess him and Brian Norman. They seen each other in the Ring Magazine awards. That was cool too. He's getting a lot of love right now. Um, but you tell me, I mean, do you feel like that's something that you feel like he could just straight out beat Xander? Like if it's not his hardest task, because he's a big kid. He's about like 5'10", wide.
Eh,
What was that?
He taller than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, a lot of them dudes. I seen him with around other. He taller than that.
yeah, you're right.
Dude, they had Barrios on paper. I think like 5'10". You could have a height when somebody was a teenager on record, and they didn't grew 3-4 inches.
Yeah, you're right. You're right. He kind of looks like more of a 6 footer, right?
Yup, at least close. But no, I mean, I just seen Dev in there with dudes that weigh 180, 190, even 200. So I mean, I wouldn't be worried about Xander at all. Like if they call me, I mean, his pops did ask me. He did bring it up like a couple weeks ago to me. I'm like, it's food to me too.
Mm.
It ain't be like, oh, for the accolade, because I do like the accolades. I respect guys that's still keeping the old school thing in the boxing. Like, it ain't all about money. Of course, it is about money because you're gonna get both anyway. But I'm saying I respect the old school, the few old school cats that still is going for the multiple divisions, to come up, come down. Here, just to keep that tradition going.
Yeah, 100%. Going up a weight class to grab two belts makes sense. And, people say, both of these guys are not necessarily considered punchers. So it's like maybe something that Devin can definitely go out up there with ease. Only need to deal with the size, but he's probably gonna have the speed advantage because he's a smaller guy coming up. So I mean, you tell me, you feel like that's gonna be harder than the Lomachenko fight?
No, I think Loma probably be his hardest top 2 or 3 fights in his whole career. I could predict that even going to the end. To say if Devin fight 8, 9, 10 more years, that'd be one of his top 2 or 3 hardest fights because the age that he fought him. Loma was at his very peak. He was at his peak. He was older. He was right there at his top peak, and Devin was young. So and he was 135. People forgetting Devin was 135 just a couple years ago. So no, it won't be as hard as that. But size wise, yeah, I mean, that's a big factor because we saying the dude that was just lightweight a couple years ago, but Dad wanted to be great. That's just something that's in him. It's only a few dudes like that in boxing right now that really want to do that kind of stuff. So I mean, he got my blessing in making the fight. Like Bill did ask me about it maybe couple weeks ago. I don't know how much further it got, but he did ask me what I thought. Like, I like easy work.
Pretty much you can see he's willing to fight anybody. Like he doesn't really care who he fights.
He'd fight now too. It ain't no like we ain't doing no weight class or none of that. Like
That's
now,
correct.
I will say this though. It should be a weight clause if a fighter is overweight. Like say when he fought Ryan. Ryan should have had a weight clause. It should be an automatic weight clause if a fighter is overweight. Then it should be automatic, but it should be automatic from the promoter or the sanctioning body. So, like, say a dude like Ryan, he came damn near 4 pounds overweight when they fought. That's a PED in itself. You almost a whole weight class overweight. Then it should be like, all right, you only get 10 pounds because you already 4 or 5 pounds over. You got a weight clause. If you overweight, you should have a weight clause then automatic. That should be in all the boxing. It should be a weight clause if you overweight. Like if a fighter over a pound, you get this amount. If it's 2 pounds, this amount. Three, then it become like if the fighter even want to take the fight. And it shouldn't just be the money. It should be money and a weight clause if the fighter is overweight because that's people underestimate how big of an advantage that is. If that's the case, imagine if Benavidez, if you told him right now he could fight Canelo at 172, he can't make 68, but he could make 172. So imagine if he came in committed to the fight at 68 against Canelo, but then came in at 172 and just say, "Oh, I give up the money." Now, if that happened, it'd be like, "All right, Canelo got a choice to fight him, but you can't come over 170, you can't come over 180 or 182 or something like that. The evening of the fight."
So it's tricky, right? Because I remember watching Khalil Cole and Jesse Hart. You know, Khalil Cole comes over around like I think 7 pounds or whatever. He doesn't want to take too much money off his purse. So, Hart says, all right, well, you don't need to put too much. I know you got kids and stuff like that, but I still want to fight. Hart's in the downside, so he's gonna need the fight, need the spotlight. So it's kind of tricky, you know what I mean? When it comes down to having that as an automatic.
Yeah, well, in that case, I think that Jesse should be guaranteed another fight because I ain't seen it all, but I heard he really won. So you should say, all right, you get you a fight, lose if you take this fight, win or lose, then you get. But dude should have had a weight. I think it should be a weight clause when a fighter that high over, when it ain't no ounces or no half a pound. 7 is just ridiculous. Like, but anything over 2 pounds, I think it should be a weight clause automatic. That way you ain't putting it in the fighter's hands. Because the fighters got heart, ego, ego, heart. You don't want to. So I think that it should only be a weight clause if a fighter is overweight. Other than that, you just got to fight the guy. Terrence ain't had one against Canelo, and he came up 20 pounds. He only
Yeah.
54, so he went up 21 pounds and still didn't get a weight clause. So I don't. If you going up, I think you should just fight.
Yeah, and Ness asked Bill, if there was any weight clause, and he didn't mention anything about the weight clause when it came down to Xander. So that's you could tell he's built like how Terrence built. Terrence
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Like I say, I ain't worried. Like, yeah, it's a risk for sure because I mean, it ain't a risk like I'm worried. I'm saying dude got the size advantage hands down, but we don't care. We beat dudes. I
and
just
length.
probably
Yeah.
do pounds. Like I'm not it ain't a fight I'm even worried about a little bit, like not even 1%. I know he could beat dude.
I mean, Xander has some good legs as well. I mean, doesn't he oppose a different type of task,
Oh,
that
fight, hands down, dude could fight. And now he come to fight. He got endurance, he got the size advantage, he got endurance. No, he could fight.
he's
So
strong. He's strong too.
it's a but him having two belts, it kind of made me say, let's do it then. Do it and come back down to 47. Like, because we know no matter we know Devin not a 54-pounder. He good enough to go up off talent and win. But that's a fight that if it's two belts on the line and a four division champion, yeah, definitely I'm with it.
I like it. I like it because now, what about? Do you think that, be considering he's selling in Puerto Rico, do you think New York, Puerto Rico, you think that would be something? I heard Bill said this would be Devin's third continent or whatever. He's down. What do you think?
Yeah, it's whatever with me. Like we go, long as it's a boxing ring, they could put it in Mars. It could be wherever. They could put it in wherever. They put that once they set that boxing ring up. It's once they set the boxing ring up, it don't matter where it's at to me. But whatever wherever they set it up at, it don't matter to me. I would like it in America, like I would like it in Vegas or New York. But that's just me. But I don't care though. They set that boxing ring up, we gonna win the fight.
And a lot of people have eyes on Virgil Ortiz and Jaron Ennis. I mean, they're talking about it being a mega fight without even the titles being, involved. Seems like those two guys possess more danger than a Xander, or do you feel like Xander?
For nobody, but I think that he's available. If Xander's available because he's young and he got two belts, that's something it sounded to me like that's the most available option. So Dad want to fight. He don't want to wait or none of that, So I think that seemed like right now it's the most and like, and that's something that Xander probably jumping at, like, damn, this dude little. I'm sure he thinking that. Like, let me jump on it. He'd be the first to beat Devin legitimately, like get a win, and he got a chance to it'll be his by far his biggest payday, I'm sure.
That's what I was thinking too, and especially if Turkey gets involved.
And the size is like Xander probably want to jump on it.
Yeah,
But yeah,
yeah.
I'm good with it. Like, I'm good with it.
That's brave for Devin to just go from 40, 47, 40, 54 right into the next fights. Like,
Dev is brave, man. He definitely brave. But like I say, I got a job to do to help him get ready. So I'm confident in what I know I could do. So maybe I will have to watch that fight that he just fought because I ain't realized I forgot he got two belts now. So yeah, I would do it.
tell me what do you feel like that fight looks like?
Um,
Does he have to get in the inside because the guy's bigger
no, we'd
in every range?
beat him at any type of fight. But it's a good fight though, because dude got conditioning and he got the size. So it's
Is it the experience factor that separates them the most?
yeah, that too. Yeah, and Dad could just do it all. So he just game for the to be the best. Like it's only a few guys in this game that really seem like they want to prove that they the best by fighting. It's only I could count on one hand out of all the guys coming up in this little age bracket. that really that's showing it. Like, I can't name but a few that I see like, okay, he really showing that. So Dev is just like he been like that, since he was young.
Um, let's get into that New York card as well. And then also, I was listening to the tweets of Devin talking about the Shakur fight, and Shakur also talking about wanting to fight Devin, it being one of the biggest fights in boxing. Do you feel like that's what that is?
I think that they should fight when it is the biggest fight in boxing. Because it shouldn't be one. That should be the biggest fight in boxing. Because I do believe that them probably the two most talented fighters in boxing. Like them two. So I and they both dedicated and all of that. So they not gonna fall off. Like they're not gonna let the streets get them or nothing like that. So I think that when it's at the point where it's the number one biggest fight is when they should fight. Not saying that I mean they could fight next. Like, it don't make, but I'm saying that fight is should be the biggest fight in boxing when it happened.
Mm.
That should be the fight, whenever if he decide to ever come up to 47, then at that point it should be the biggest fight in boxing. Like Floyd Pacquiao, but earlier, not wait that long, you know.
Get them in their prime so they could do it 2 or 3 times.
They keep doing what they doing, record breaking fight. Like both of them to me, them, two you could see it. You could see it. Like, them dudes is both different. So that's the one right there. They let that bubble then. That could be the one definitely one of the biggest fights in history.
Zab was saying that it could be so big that they fight 3 times type deal.
It can be. I'm ready to see something like that. The trilogy type
We
situation.
haven't got it in a while.
Yeah, and that's yeah, that's a good point. I like that point that he made. Like do a two-fight deal. Do start doing, and that'll probably get some of these dudes to start fighting each other. Like
I like that.
start giving dudes like if it's a two-fight deal, like it's a lot of good fights in boxing. Sometime it might be a trilogy, one beat one, and fight again. But them two to me, they taking all comers. So I think that it seemed like a lot of guys avoid both of them kind of pretty much, but I don't see them. Well, I know they're not gonna self-destruct. So that's one that they gotta be, it should be the number one biggest fight in the sport of this new generation whenever it happens.
Do you think like if like Bad Bunny gets involved with the promotion and boosts up the Xander and Haney fight, do you feel like that could possibly be also one of the biggest fights in boxing? Just knowing that you have that a type of star that is willing to possibly fund the event or participate in the promotion.
Oh, it's huge. I ain't gonna lie. If they promote it right, it promotion wise, you could see it as a threat to beat Devin. Not like you might not pick him or me over Devin, but it could be promoted like okay, he's stepping up. The same way people thought Teofimo, like they was asking questions like, is Shakur is a small dude? Is he taking it too far? Is he stepping up too much? So I think with the Xander fight, him being undefeated, he young, he real energetic, he come to fight, he can fight. He a big dude, so it ain't one where you could say, "Oh, Devin should have been this weight." Now you can question if he too small for the weight. Like, is he biting off more than he could chew? Like, I know he not, but I'm saying if they put it in the right, you know, they do a good job with marketing his fights anyway. But I'm saying, yeah, that's a huge fight. Like, that's a good one, man. They both undefeated. Dude is I fight like he don't run out. He got some tools with him. He could fight.
Yeah, and you're right. People will market that as, you're jumping, you're jumping what, another
He only fought
7 pounds.
he fought once at 147.
Yeah.
He only fought maybe what a couple times at 40.
Mm, yeah, 2 times.
Damn, that's so
He's doing it quick.
we talking about damn near 20 pounds. And you could tell that Xander might be a super middleweight one day. Like he gonna grow. Like he got some size on him. Like so
Yeah, a
yeah,
lot of people have been saying that he could go to 168 type of deal.
Margarito, they don't really fight alike, but he looked like he about his size. Like, he where he can, but yeah, no, I like the
He
fight. He
kind of got his belt. Yeah, you're right.
belt, so that make it even better for me. But it's a feat. It's a four division champion. Let's do it.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. I like it. I like that. But food, Mickey.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Damn, talk to me nice. How could it be food?
No, I ain't gonna lie, dude could fight.
My boy Xander's polished.
No, he could fight. Hey, but I know that we gonna have him ready. I'm responsible for having him ready. So that's why it's easy for me to determine that. Like I know what I'm gonna do to get him ready for the fight. Like so I know Dad gonna do whatever that's needed. Like he ain't gonna I'm already have him ready. I think I explained that to you. I think when he was fighting Norman, like he already ready going into the he gonna be ready.
Yeah. Do you think this could be as big as how, I know Xander hasn't done what Cotto has done. But in today's era, and like we saying, we talk about superstars like Bad Bunny to bring. Do you
You know
feel like
you're a guy. You've been waiting for Puerto Rico to have. That's who I think is the next that they can get behind. Even losing to Devin, I could see him having a long reign of of winning more belts and all of that. Like how Puerto Rico ain't had that guy in a minute. That's actually he from Puerto Rico, right? So yeah, I think he can be that guy that Puerto Rico can get behind, like for a minute. Like even with a loss, I see him winning more titles for a while. Like he seemed like a dedicated hard worker from what I see in him. So I see him as that guy out of Puerto Rico, to be honest with you, for a minute.
yeah, you see how Tito Trinidad supports him? You see that we seen Daddy Yankee supporting him on that fight as well. As Daddy Yankee pulled up to that fight. You got Bad Bunny. I mean, the island is really
Oh, okay, yeah, yeah, shit. Hey,
like we can't say that that what was happening with Matias. Matias was getting a fan base and stuff because of his style, became champion, you
right,
know. But this guy, we've been waiting for this puppy to
yeah, now
grow. You know what I
he
mean? We knew when he got signed at 16, they were trying to do something with him.
yeah, nah, this dude could fight. Yeah, this, he could fight. Yeah, he could fight. But like I say, I'm ready to do what I got to do to make it ready if it happens. I know, we got a task in front of us, but it ain't one that we ain't gonna overcome. Like and like I say, I know what I got to do, and Devin gonna be up for the task. So, but that's a good fight though. That's a good fight.
I'm feeling the Haney energy lately, man. Um, also in the text on Twitter, Devin says, I'll take the little brother before the big brother. He's willing to take on all comers, and he means Keyshawn Davis. He's willing to take him on before. I talked to Zab. We talked to a lot of people. They don't feel like Keyshawn's ready yet. He needs more seasoning in the pros, more development. But when you see that matchup per se, what does that remind you of when you see someone that's young like Keyshawn Davis, silver medalist, you know, trying to fight a guy, a great fighter like Devin that is a vet in the game already, established, walking Hall of Famer type deal. What fight does that remind you of?
I can't really say people don't do it nowadays, but it'd probably be an '80s or '90s type fight. Cause
Mm.
he legit, Keyshawn. He definitely not ready for Devin, but he
You got
could.
14 fights.
Yeah, like he definitely. But here's what people forgetting: they the same age. Even though Devin is more experienced in the game and way more. Same thing I seen with dude when we talked about Cruz. I had more Tyler beating him because I don't care how many amateur fights you had. It don't matter. Like it don't. Dude got a pro style. Like you could probably beat him in the amateurs in the 4 round fight, three, but it's a difference in the pros. But Devin, yeah, Devin on a whole nother level. in the pros, especially right now. But um, Devin good enough to me to where I ain't even got to see who he signed the contract for. All they gotta do is tell me. You know, they gonna always run it by me regardless beforehand. But I'm saying they could do it without me knowing and just tell me to come to camp and we gonna be ready.
Mm, mm. And when you say that, you say it like everybody at 54 too.
What you mean?
You said something about like I don't really need to know what the name is. I
To
know we're gonna beat them.
Yeah, I let them handle the business. We talk
Right.
is something that's right there that we can grab because
Because you
he's
you told me he wasn't a big welterweight to begin with. Back in the days.
people like to cry and make up a term weight bully, and that's a myth because if anything, you're gonna be weak fighting. Devin was weak fighting at 35. So when he went up, he got stronger and stronger. 47 is like he could make that for the rest of his career if he want. So what I'm saying is he great enough to go jump up. If it ain't no fights right now that he can make and he can make a fight, he want the quickest fight he can make. So if you saying, oh, I can go grab 2 belts, I'm thinking of the one. To you just remind me he got two. So I'm like, dang, he got 2 belts, 54 weight division. That just build up a match like him and Shakur down the road to be huge because he a 4-time champ weight. He got the 4 weight. They both proven that they can go up and they can win fights against the best. They both small dudes. Like, they just skilled enough to go up and beat these guys. So I think a lot of fighters now could probably do that. Even some of the 54 pounders could go up and probably fight middleweight. And sometime matches to make the sport better like it is, you might have to go up for a fight, come back down versus sitting around. Like,
Right. Right. Let's get into that MSG card, man. You didn't see Shushu?
yeah, I seen some of it. I watched the replay. I love the knockout. I seen that about 20 times. Yeah, he got that was a good fight.
Carlos Castro, a vet, a guy that dropped Cool Boy. I gave Cool Boy lots of problems. Um, what do you think? Kind of statement do you think that he brought to the table in that match? And what do you think about him against Nick Ball, Espinosa, Angelo Leo, those type of champions?
Yeah, I like those fights. I think that he could be like get him. I think he could be a good match for Inoue soon. Like somebody that you could look forward to maybe like having that style to beat him or to give him fits. Off the top of my head, he probably one of the ones I could say like um who you gonna throw in there with Inoue. I would probably name him to fight. If you fight the right way, he can give him some fits.
Yeah, that was definitely a brutal knockout.
Nice, nice.
Great
Yeah,
combination.
yeah, that was nice. Yup.
You heard him with the pull right hand first, right?
Yeah, he
Or
hit him with
or he slipped. What was that?
he hit him with a 4 piece, right?
Yeah, but I think he slipped through a right hand, then through the four piece.
Yeah, and then and dude is tough. So I mean, he made a statement that he could punch, that he a real puncher,
Hmm.
legit puncher. So him and Inoue be a good fight. I think they should make that one fairly soon.
Shit, I wonder. Look, those type of performance. I wonder if Inoue even wants to move up in weight by seeing performances like that.
Probably so. Yeah, probably so. He got the experience edge, so maybe
Yeah,
yeah, I could see him fighting him or that other. What's the other dude from Japan? Going
Nakatani
him. I'd like to see him against Nick Ball or Espinoza first. What's the real tall guy?
Espinosa.
Him or Nick Ball? I had Shushu fight him, and then get in the way after. Get him maybe like the beginning of the year next year. Yeah,
Yeah, brute.
I put him in there with Nick Ball. Get him another little tough fight. Him or Espinoza. But
Yeah, when I
both of them could punch him and in the way.
yeah Yeah, when I talked to Bruce Shushu, he told me that when he talked to Turkey, he said that Turkey said that I want you to beat this guy and fight Nick Ball and Inoue next.
Yeah, I like that. Yeah, I like that. Yup, that sounds good to me.
For sure. Salute to HLD on the live. Um, Smash the like button, double tap the screen if you guys are on mobile devices. Hit the like button. We hit cooking. Um, what you think about Keyshawn Davis stopping Jermaine Ortiz in the 12th round?
Oh, it was impressive, especially in the 12th round. That's right at the end, damn near. Yeah, that was a good fight, real good fight. It was a statement fight, good fight.
I mean, when what kind of statement do you feel like that was?
To me, to me, matches get made that's good. He legit, like Keyshawn legit. Like I say, even when it comes to boxing, I if I'm gonna put, I ain't gonna put. I'm gonna keep it real about what a fighter can do, what I think they can do in my eyes. Like he a legit fighter. He some fighters to me is the question is like, can he fight? Can he do this? Can he do that? Like you could see that he the goods. Yeah, but the only thing I question is like why I would love to see him in like a guy like Richardson Hitchens. I don't get why he 140 and not calling out to him and Dev is like you saying it. It's kind of like back and forth, but you got a guy right there. To me, that's a great match. So I think that when you get people that really know boxing that can call for these good matches, then that's what keep the sport alive. Because sometimes you can kind of tell, like this fight ain't gonna be this, it ain't gonna be that. So even though he did stop, dude, it wasn't like I ain't surprised. If his a stop or even beating Hitchinson, period, is a great win. Because believe it or not, style wise, if you had to say pick any fighter to fight him or Shakur, I would say Hitchison for both. Hitchison to me to be the best match, 140 and down for Shakur, in my opinion. And the reason why is because they sparred a lot, so they know each other. And he could box. You gotta have skills to be able to fight Shakur. Not saying he could, even if he ain't beat him, it'd probably be like a. I think that'd be his hardest test to date, style wise. But you don't see people knowing to call these matches out. They don't really, because you might not be thinking of Richardson Hitchens because he got a name, but not like it might slip your mind a little bit. So
Not for me.
see what I'm saying? But think about this: him and Shakur probably sparred thousands of rounds together. They not as close. I give Shakur a pass on him and Keyshawn not fighting because they knew each other since they was kids. All of that, I give him that. But Hitchinson, because Tank, I would have loved to seen Tank, but he out the picture.
Yeah.
So he called for that. But outside of him, if I said who would you put in there to give Shakur at least some fits, because it's gonna be hard to give him a fight right now. He hot, he on fire. Like I would like Russell versus Keyshawn or Hitchinson, and then or if not for Shakur, I would like Hitchinson. I don't see nobody else really giving him.
You don't
He,
like you don't like Shakur and Antoine.
I like it, but I don't see him like beating him. Like I don't see him. I see him giving him like a tough fight because he let his hands go. He probably gonna oppose his will and his size. So I do like it, but I don't like to match other fights. What? Because you could have a bad night, like when he fought Puello.
Right.
Yeah, so I would like to see. I'd rather see him. If you put all four of them in the bracket, I would rather see Russell against Keyshawn and Hitchinson versus Shakur. If I had to pick a bracket, because it's gonna take a lot. Shakur, you got to have the right style. As he proved that on Saturday with Tio. Like he made Tio look like a rookie, and that's the dude that can fight. Because to be real with you, Tio and Keyshawn would be a great fight to me too.
You
That
did say that. You did say that.
I ain't gonna say similar, but it's some attributes that they got that's kind of the same. But the only thing that I'm seeing is, all right, you got two killers, two dudes that's nice at 40. Antoine Russell and Hitchinson. Them two names should be brought up more when it come to fighting guys like Shakur and Keyshawn. I think that they should, depending on this, that's just my opinion at that 40 and 35 right there. Because at 35 right now, Shakur, I don't really see like he, right now he kind of didn't jump. He didn't took a leap. The way he beat Teofimo, you only want to see him in
You don't
him.
want to see him at 35.
No, I could see him. I'm saying you only want to see them at the like Devin. That's why he got to get a Xander, even though he bigger. People want to see them two with some with a risk because they could fight. They real good fighters to where you'll get bored seeing them even fight a good fighter. Like it got to be like damn near a risk. Like all right, why is the risk there? Like the risk was there for To because of his weight. Xander to be because of his size too. So it's like Devin could fight. Like imagine if he is fighting Mario Barrios. It'd be cool because it's a belt, but we would all know what's gonna happen for sure. Like yeah, he bigger and all that, but Manny really beat him. And Manny 47, 48. So
So you would have favored the Shakur Stevenson over on Mario Barrios at 47.
yeah, for sure. Yeah.
Skills are too good.
Yeah, because his skills, yeah. So it's like he went to 40 and he beat Tio and Devin go to if he go to up to 54, we beat dude, Zayas. But one thing we know about Zayas is he gonna come fight. Like he gonna come and he don't
He's not gonna
strike.
give it to you.
Yeah, like not saying that T.O. did because he did disarm T.O., but I'm saying, remember we were saying about T.O. being here, you could see when he beat, you could look in his face and see when he beat. And we talking about that's a good fighter. T.O. could fight. Like he know he could fight. His piece is missing that we talked about on the last show. I think that I was on. Their identity, the trainer, they don't know, they gotta do what's best for them. Like T.O. can fight his ass off. Like if you took Devin out the picture and Shakur and you and I was if you just moved him out the way and I was working with To, it'd be hard for somebody to beat him because I could see and know what I could do with him. But that's why, like I was talking about, his father. It ain't my job to fire his pop for him, but I'm gonna be real and I'm gonna be 100. Like he was better off having um his assistant trainer been training him.
Okay, Stacy.
Yeah, like, I know him. He from my way. Like he knows boxing, especially with a style like Tio. But a lot of times people don't know who is who in this game. Like they don't know, and the fighters don't know how to identify. That's what I'm saying. You got to know who you are, who you working with. We spoke on that the last show.
Yeah, we did.
Have Jermaine, I'm like, we don't know how he gonna fight. Like he just fighting off natural talent. So my thing is like, you gonna get the best jury, you gonna get the best clothes, you and y'all do slipping on the trainer. That's what's gonna keep you there, or to have you better. Like these dudes nowadays, to me, they'd just throw they'd get a chef from behind somebody that ain't even a real trainer to train him. They just walk up and say they're a trainer.
Yeah. Yeah, we definitely talked about that. So you felt like the instructions, everything was just bad on Teal's end.
Yeah. Like it was just like to me, as pops, if you love your son, man, you got to say, look, I'm gonna put him in the hands of somebody that, and I couldn't really hear it a lot while they was fighting. I couldn't hear but I think that he was, he was hard. He was, yeah, it was off. But to me, it's like, okay, did you teach him what you saying? You could say do this, do that. He ain't doing it, but how did you show him how to do it? Like that's what's the difference between the teacher. So my thing is like you could say anything, but was he taught this? See where I come up, especially when I was younger, you wasn't even gonna walk in the gym if you couldn't train where I'm from. Because the trainer would, you remember how Roger used to talk shit? Oh, a trainer tell you that you a bum as a trainer. You ain't even coming to our gyms where I grew up at.
Mm.
gonna know. A dude gonna tell you trash as a trainer. The trainer's gonna tell you that, man, get him up out of here. Like you ain't even gonna want to be around. Like you coming up around my way, we critical on.
You expect that for trainers to do it to fighters, but when you see trainers doing it to trainers, that's nasty work.
Yeah, that's how I come up. When we one thing I could say, and I stand on Ohio and Michigan got the best trainers probably in history. I
Mm,
could stand on that. We ain't the only ones. You got them from everywhere, but I'm saying the style that's being used today is like 90% of the bulk of what come from there. But I'm just making an example of what I seen and why Floyd never lost and how dudes like Roger, I seen Roger do it to trainers, like in their face, because they trying to copy off of him and all of that. Like he like, man, dude, a bum. He don't know shit. He is right there in their face. I ain't saying it's the right thing to do, or but it's a mean sport. Like it's mean. Like T.O. father can't train. Period. Like I ain't knocking him as a man and a father. I commend him for being in the son life. Like, but does he look like he's stunned his growth? I mean, it's something that T.O. know. He just gotta have that uncomfortable conversation. Say, look, pops, he did a great job getting him to where he got him. He a good father. He there in his life. Ain't nobody trying to adopt your son. Do what's best for him.
right,
Do
right.
what's T.O. could fight.
Do you feel like Shakur could have stopped him that night?
Honestly, I kind of do. I kind of do. Yeah, like yeah, I think that if he stepped on the gas a little bit more, yeah, I think it was possible that night.
Mm,
Possible because he did look like he hurt him a couple times, like at maybe at the end. Yeah, I think he could have did it, but he more safety first. He made sure that he punished him, but yeah, he kind of. But yeah, yeah, it did look like he probably could have took him out almost.
mm. Um, I'm sure you had it as a shutout.
Yeah, I had about 11-1, 12 zip.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah, it was.
Um, Now there was a few call outs in these fights. Starting with Keyshawn, he calls out, Devin Haney. When you're watching the fight and you see him calling it out, are you licking your chops like you ain't ready yet, youngin, or you feel like when you hear that call out, what's your reaction to it?
It ain't really nothing. It ain't nothing to me because until it happened, it don't really mean nothing to me. Because see, Devin the dog, he'd take a fight that really don't make sense for him just to shut a dude up. Like Dev is competitive. He don't play when it come to a dude could come to the gym and say that and he'd go spar with him. He's just like that. Like, it's times I had to tell him, a dude could come in the gym as a stranger. He don't know who it is years ago. 181. This is why he a lightweight. And he'd be like, put him in the ring. It'll be a dude from Cuba or somewhere else. He don't care who it is. They just walk in the gym. I'm like, me as a trainer, I got to be responsible. Like, I still let them get in there, but like, we ain't letting nobody just walk in and just say we boxing with you because they could hit you with a low blow. They could be somebody that somebody sent up in there. But but my thing is I don't listen to call outs because a lot of times it ain't really realistic when it come down to it.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Now he's actually, he went to a podcast with Shannon Sharp, said he's more looking towards 24 hours go by. He says, I'm looking for Crocker or the guy that Matthias just lost to. What's his name?
see now listen, Keyshawn could fight. Why are we not hearing Russell and Hitchens though?
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Dalton Smith, I'm sorry.
Why we calling out Dalton Smith? He not even that known. I get it. He from over there. He a champion. Why not Hitchison and Russell?
Right.
That's my only knock. Like he could fight. I can't take nothing away from him being a fighter. Like I told, like he one of the fighters that I like in the game. Just being non-biased, he can fight. The only
Mhm.
thing Why not Hitchison and Russell? Which one would you rather see? Him and Hitchison and Russell, or him and Dalton Smith, or whatever, Crocker, I forget, whatever. Would you rather see him fight them two, or would you rather see him fight? If you put all their names in a hat, how would
Yeah,
you
not
rate?
yeah. I would want to see Richardson or Russell. Yeah, one
That?
of those two.
That's what I'm trying to say. Why not them two? That's realistic. So what I'm saying is he could fight, but that's my only knock. Is why not them two? They all from the East Coast. It makes sense to me. They all from that little area. If them three fought each other, like, and whoever come out on top would be like a that'd be big. I want to see them type matches.
Me too. Me too. Now, I feel like there's possibility, but like, we see that. Oh, and then the call out with Shakur Stevenson and Connor Ben. I mean, I just seen not too long ago that Connor Ben went into the ring and he didn't want to do the rehydration clause, but not too long ago, today he said that he'll do the rehydration clause, but you're gonna have to pay the money. You also had Raymond Montoya a week before beating, Andy Cruz, calling out the winner of this fight with Shakur and Tio. So, what do you feel like the way these guys are talking? Oh, and then you can't forget, the WBC just stripped Shakur Stevenson right now at 135 pounds. So there's a lot going on. Where do you feel like Shakur goes next? What do you think about the WBC stripping him? A lot of people, he's saying that it has to do with the relationship with Crawford. What do you think?
When you get to that point, the belts ain't really, he in the pound for pound list. So the belts ain't he by him winning that fight the way he just won it.
Hmm.
Belt ain't really an issue. The belt ain't really an issue like that. Yes,
Okay.
it might have been an issue before this fight, but he handled his business against Teofimo. So I don't think that the belt is an issue.
I mean, yeah, but it was crazy because he said that he paid the 100K, you know,
Oh,
to
he did.
them. No,
Uh,
no, he's actually saying that, yeah, he did pay 100K, but then for his last fight. So I'm thinking he's talking about William Cepeda. So I think for this one, he said I can give that 100K to his daughter. So maybe he owes 100K as well for this one. But yeah, it seems like Suleiman's not, he's not playing around. It seems like he trying to make a statement as well. What do you say?
you never know what going on behind the scenes. You never
True.
know, but like I say, a belt it don't really matter when you crack. To me, when you crack that, I do like going after the belts, but holding them. He know he can get plenty more titles. So that fight that he just won, it made him legit. Like to where now the general public probably even be talking about him more. They not gonna know what belt that he even just. They just know he beat Teofimo and he shut him out. So they ain't really, when you get to that status, then belts winning them is good because he didn't got a fourth. He didn't got a fourth weight class, so we ain't really think. I ain't really that don't really make or break him to me like too much.
You think he pays the money per pound to fight Conor Ben? I mean, it seems like going out there, you're gonna get a lot of money. So what do you think? Do you think, because that's what Conor Ben just put out today? He said that I'll do the rehydration clause, but you gotta pay.
I mean, I think he'd beat Conor Ben. Like that's number one. I think he definitely beat him. I would just rather fight him. I ain't giving no money up. I think he could beat him regardless. I don't even think the weight matter.
But it's like he's big out there. He did like, I don't know, I think 60,000 seats over last time, maybe more. Don't quote me if I'm wrong, but
No, it's a big fight. I don't mind him taking the fight because like I look at Devin going up and beating Xander the same way as that.
How do you dictate when
Like,
someone can sell seats like that?
huh?
Someone sold seats with Chris Eubank, and I know he don't sell seats like that by himself. I know how to do with Chris Eubank in that fight, and the same thing goes for Shakur. That fight with Teofimo, it was a combined effort. People came for the matchup. Um, but yeah, like, how do you dictate terms like that if you're going out there? That, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I mean, nowadays, man, they just the check, the money there is damn near like a blank check with Turkey, how he getting down. So it's like it's just like they got a blank check and they just putting the numbers in. But I mean, I think he'd beat Chris. I think he'd beat what's his name, Ben, just flat out. Like I'm not giving him no extra money. I keep my whole person, just beat him. Yeah,
yeah,
I don't think the weight it matter. I just think that he a lot better than. I think it'd be a good fight because dude is rough. Like he look ugly. He seemed like the kind of dude that'll look ugly at least trying to get the win. Eubank.
no, Connor Ben.
I mean, my fault. Connor Ben. Connor Ben looked like he would try to make it ugly. Like even if he got to be like, he seemed like he gonna try to maul him, which would make it a good fight. Like Shakur said it himself. I seen something I think yesterday. The way Zapata fought him, he was just swarming him in his ass. Even though he got beat every round, damn near, he made it look like a good fight. He made Shakur go in his bag. Connor probably make it a little like that, but I mean, I don't think weight matter. I'm not giving him no money. I'd rather keep the money and just beat him. But honestly, I wouldn't like. That's just my opinion. I wouldn't bet. I wouldn't. If the match happened, it happened. But other than that, I'd rather just see him with another fight at 35 or 40, if anything.
You think he'll do Conor Ben worse, or do you think worse than Tio, or do you think Tio's performance?
I think Connor will put more effort.
So you feel like Tio lacked heart in that fight?
No, I just think he was confused, and I think his father. I ain't blame. Like I think his father. I don't. It's something that like from what I'm getting. I ain't see. I couldn't hear him when I was watching it, right? But his father was saying like, "You ain't doing this. You ain't doing." Imagine when your father telling you that. That could kill your spirit for years, if not forever. Like everything you remember this as a kid, stuff your parents said to you that you never forget, right? Am I right? Imagine your pops telling you that. You going that echo. Tio just made a bag and he probably still ain't happy just off what his father said to him. When your father say that, it's worse than anybody saying that to you. Your father, you don't forget that when you never forget that kind of stuff. So his father, he should apologize and he needed like he got to get it together. But if I'm Tio, I'm kicking my father to the curb. Like,
Mm,
yeah, like he ain't got to do it in a reckless way, but it ain't no plus, it ain't no positive in the situation. That's what I see. It ain't about his heart or none of that. Like he just looked like his father put self doubt in him. Like that'll kill your spirit if your father could make you or break you. If your father say you Superman, you this, you that, boom, even in the fight. But like even if he not fighting good, I ain't gonna say what he was saying. You can't pay me to say that. Like to my son.
yeah,
Man, this dude just made y'all the bag. At the end of the day, win, lose, or draw, he made generational wealth in that fight.
yeah. You have to be supportive and uplifting, regardless of how bad it is.
That's the bad part about boxing too, and it's why dudes that ain't strong will be scared to take chances because they worried about stuff like that. Like, what if this? What if that? And then they'd rather avoid the whole matchup because of that.
Mm,
That's what fights you taking the risk to come up short. That's
yep.
part of boxing. But when you somebody father though, that's the difference. Like that'll kill, that can break you. Like hearing that could that sometime that might last forever.
Facts. Reg, and especially when he said, "You're gonna hate yourself tomorrow."
Yeah, he got that from somebody else. Who was that? Teddy Atlas or somebody that said that before?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. Teddy just said that. Yeah.
Yeah, his thing. But Teddy knew boxing though. Teddy was saying that to who? Michael Moore, one of them.
Yeah, I believe so.
Teddy know the game. He been around. He's saying this. You copy and pasting what you saying. It ain't even real.
Mm.
Like yo, change our whole family dynamic. Like at the end of the day, Tio
You got like 10 mil, right?
got
Crazy.
he got to the big dance.
Hell yeah. He
And
won at the end of the day.
he
10
wasn't.
milli?
Hey, he wasn't beating Shakur hands down. But man, listen, what he made that fight is what only what somebody could dream of.
Yep, he could feed his family forever. Reggie Smith, thank you for the 20 piece. How come all these podcasts and fans letting Shakur and Keyshawn off the hook? Question mark. They called out Haney, but they're at 140, and neither one of them calling out the other champions like Gary Russell or Hitchinson. Same thing you said earlier, Mickey.
Yeah, I want to see realistic matches. Like I mean, I ain't never really heard Shakur asking for Devin like that, so I ain't gonna even get on that because I mean, when it happened, it's gonna happen. But he fought Tio and just beat him easy, so I can't even. I mean, it ain't even nothing to be said there. Like but I'm saying just matchmaking wise, I would say him and Hitchinson, just
Right,
because I know him. He know him from them sparring. He got the size on him, and he got that kind of style to where you got to be slick and have some real good skills to fight a guy like Shakur.
right, right. HLD, thank you for the two-piece Mills. Say his name. Say his name. Dalton Smith.
Yeah, I don't want to see them with him.
I don't want to see that fight either.
See that?
Um, what do you think about him Duncan? Thank you for the two piece. Oshaki versus Shakur? Question mark. Is that possible? You don't like it? You don't like it? Talk to me.
Cruz for the WBC at
Hmm.
130. Andy Cruz versus Foster.
He just lost though.
Andy Cruz versus Foster.
Cause you think that Cruz is gonna beat him?
No, I'm saying that's a good matchup. It's
Oh,
50
okay.
because they both boxers, dude, coming up. It's they both got a advantages on their side. But that's the fight I like to see though. Them
Okay.
Let them fight for the vacant BC.
The vacant BC.
Yeah.
See, when you hear that, that um Stevenson wants a rehydration clause with Devin, knowing that this has been a rivalry for a while. What do you think about that? Like, what was your reaction to that?
Believe in rehydration clauses unless the fighter's overweight. If a fighter's overweight, by all means. But if you want to fight a guy, I think you should just fight him. I ain't saying that I'm only not with them two, no, because he not that much bigger than Shakur. They always been like one weight apart. But I'm saying some fights may be an exception, but I don't think fighters that good need him. Floyd, well, he did it, I think, against Canelo, maybe.
Yeah,
Yeah, I ain't gonna bring him up because Floyd is Floyd. Like he, you know, but
yeah, we're gonna get into him in a second too.
yeah, yeah, Floyd is Floyd. Like at the end of the day, but when it comes to boxing, um, but no, with Ben and Shakur, I don't think he need one. So I would rather have more money than pay him more. And then because you could beat if you could beat him, I think he could just beat him, flat out beat him. Sometime a weight advantage ain't always good. He
No, but
might
Shakur wants it with Devin too.
no, that don't need a weight. That don't need one either. If you going to me, if you're gonna fight a guy, just fight him. And then say if the fighter's overweight, then it should be a weight clause. That should be a rule. What in boxing, like if a fighter's a certain amount of pounds overweight, if you want to make the fight happen, it should be a weight clause. Like when Ryan came over like that, all of that 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, it should be a huge penalty. Like because that's an advantage. Like a huge advantage. If you tell most dudes in boxing they get 3, 4 pounds over their weight the day of the fight or the day before, they gonna be a whole different. You're gonna have a huge advantage to not have to. You any fighter know the extra 2, 3 pounds is the hardest. The last 2 to 3. So if
Yeah.
you or then it should be an automatic weight class.
Yeah, and hearing Devin want to know, possibly fight Xander, it's like Shakur probably never gonna want to fight. Is Shakur and Haney done? Is it not gonna happen? Type deal. Like,
Well, we know that Devin gonna go up, snatch the belts. He just same way he just went up to 40. He could still make 35. Like he not going. I'm like I say, yeah, it's a huge, big size advantage. But Devin wanted to be great. He hearing all of these 4 weight champions. He already became what the youngest undisputed. He want the accolades too. So he already he already made a fortune of money. He gonna keep making that. So it ain't all just about that. Like he want the accolades too. He hearing the big thing about the 4 weight division thing. So for him to go up, be the dude as big as Xander, and win 2 belts, not one,
mm,
at a big task. Like you know, it's a task. It's a it's one that I'm confident in getting the job done, but it's definitely a fight to where going into it, you want to see how it play out. They ain't cheat the fans with that one. Same way they ain't gonna cheat the fans if Shakur fight Connor because they small guys. So, but by them being superior in the boxing game, they gotta move up and get them kind of fights. So they could do what they want to do, in my opinion. Like guys like them, they fighting whoever is available. But sometimes you got to go up, to get the historical thing and all of that. Like Devin he want that 4 weight thing, and then Xander's undefeated too. So we can't. He might all right. He beat Xander, take 2 belts, right? Xander going to be the next pride of Puerto Rico, which I can get behind him on that. We've been speaking on this for a while, me and you, saying, "Damn, we in Puerto Rico gonna really have that guy." I think it's him. I think it's him because he looked like a dude that can stay on. He don't look just from what I see from afar. He's serious about the boxing game.
yeah,
He ain't gonna let the streets get him. That's what I think. So I think that he gonna be a dude to come back and just win some titles. Titles go up to middleweight, super middle, and be like the only guy I see right now that could represent Puerto Rico.
yeah, yeah. I can see him accomplishing a lot of things
Yeah,
for sure. Uh, Nas, thank you for the 5 piece. Keyshawn not gonna fight Hitchinson because the IBF rule, but he needs to fight. He needs to fight Mick. Tell Bill get that Xander fight. That's a legacy move for Dev. Super legacy. That's what I like about it. That's
yeah.
that's my favorite part about it.
I mean, I like the legacy fight. Get the legacy. Like I mean, it's a 4th weight, 2 belts, not one, two. It's a good fight. It ain't one where you could say like I ain't gonna argue nobody down when they say
Spit it out, Mickey. You know it. Is it a 50-50?
saying is this. I ain't gonna argue somebody down if they say Deb Xander could beat him. Yeah, Deb is my guy. I ain't gonna pick nobody against.
No, Puerto Rico is gonna stand by Xander all the way.
Yeah, anybody though, not even just Puerto Rico. There's gonna be plenty of people saying that Devin too little.
Facts, because yeah,
Why-
yeah, yeah.
That's why he want to be great because he is little. But we good. We that good to where it's 2 belts in the line. It ain't nobody in the midst to fight. Go ahead and get that.
Yeah.
They did to me. They paid their dues. Shakur paid his dues. We'd fight anybody. We already showing that. Like I seen Devin. That's something he put up about fighting both of them. Himself.
Keyshawn and Shakur.
Or yeah. So whenever if it when it happens, it's gonna happen. But if Shakur fight Conor Ben, I'm not gonna say I understand what they trying to do. I like that. Make that fight even the biggest fight in boxing. If Devin and them little dudes going up beating them cats, it just make them they fight bigger in the future. Like whether it happen now or not, you seeing that more people need to adopt that attitude. You know, Devin definitely got it. I think he started the trend of fighting everybody because he could have went up when he fought Lomachenko. I wanted him to go to 140. I'm like, Dad, we pushing it at 35. But he like, man, he wanted that name on his resume. Now, mind you, Devin only 22, 23, 22 at the time. In my opinion, I'm like, damn, that weight. You know, I knew 35 was killing him maybe 2 years before that. But it was Loma. You get one shot against a dude like that, Loma special. Like that's one that where, like I say, I could tell you this right now on record. That's gonna be one of Devin's top two hardest fights of his whole career.
Loma.
Yeah, guaranteed. Because we fought him at young. So Loma was at his peak, and he had that. He was the experience. Devin was a puppy when he fought him. He was a champion, but he was he was young. So, but I like the direction. I like the way that I like what's going
Me too.
on right now with in the game. But I think people need to. I need the people need to be realistic. If you say you want to do something, do it.
Mm-hmm. HLD in the house. Thank you for the 20 piece. Stop the BS. Xander will destroy Devin Haney. Just too big, just too technical, just too Boricua for that. Henderson Vegas kid. And if Haney try that whack ass gangbang, they will not make it out. Not Dolo like Tiger Johnson. Big statement there. So HLD, a Boricua, you know what I mean? He's riding with Xander, so you're right. You know, you're gonna have
Oh, you gonna have plenty. Listen, I'm gonna be real. On paper,
he's big.
he
Pause.
paper out of this would be about the second or third opponent in his career. You could, if people legitimately could say, "Damn, he could beat Devin." I ain't gonna look at him as a fool, even though I know how what's gonna happen because I'm like I say, I'm responsible for getting him ready, so I already know what I'm gonna do. But is the fight? Is the dude delusional if they say he too little? Nah, because he is little. So we not gonna act like
For Xander, he might be too little.
Sander ain't no middleweight or super middle. So I don't want to hear no excuses about this Xander. I seen him. Dude is a big he gonna be a super middleweight or light heavyweight before it's over with. And that's what's gonna have Xander looking like this little dude.
Yeah, because we got shout out to Fundora and Keith Thurman. They had their press conference today. It was pretty cool. But when they were talking about Xander fighting Fundora wanted a rehydration. That's how big Xander is. So to hear that the Haneys didn't want that, we are considering, not even doing a rehydration for Xander, which is I understand too, because he holds two titles. I mean, why give in? Why deplete his body for Devin?
Bid, I don't know what's going on. I don't know. They might do one. If either one of them do one, I give them that. Like, them some little dudes. I'm just speaking boxing in general. Shakur and Ben, Xander. I ain't gonna cry if they get but I think either one of them beat both of them dudes. And the reason why I bring up other because Devin, you could just say I'm biased because I train him, right? And
Hmm.
I gotta bring
That's your horse.
so I gotta make an example just to speak on what I think is fair or not. If either one of them got one, I know they both small. It don't you should be able to if you a bigger guy, you should be thinking you could beat a Devin Haney. If you Xander, you should be like, oh, he too small for me. So if it was, you should still be able to beat him. But I ain't like I say, I'm not in the business. part. I just said I'm comfortable with it because Bill did ask me, like, do I know Xander? Have I said, yeah, yeah, let's do it. This ain't nothing but another day in the office. Like, but yeah, it's a fight. We got to get up and we got to do our, we got to work. Like, we got to be smart. But I know what I have to do with Devin for that.
Mm.
Is it a tough fight and a dangerous fight? 100%. But we don't. I don't care though. I'm confident in what Devin could do. I'm not worried about it even a little bit though.
Yeah. No, I hear you on that, man. I hear you on that. Nas, thank you for the 5 piece. Dev beat Xander, UD or split. Gotta make sure his inside game and defense is sharp though. Xander coming to rumble. So you think Haney gonna have to get a better inside game to beat Xander?
I mean, I know how to beat him. Like we beat him. Like it ain't gonna be no different. It's a fight to where, yeah, it's a fight that's definitely. I mean, it ain't nothing to sleep on. Like I ain't
Fresh.
going with Norman. He was. I mean, he got the knockout of the year, didn't he? He just got that right.
Yep, he did.
Norman, he got the punch, but we gonna take that away. Then what? So it's a different dynamic. With dude, he got more. He got more in his game. That because of the size advantage and all of that too. Norman had the size advantage too, but
And more of a toolbox, I think, too.
yeah, but see, it's nothing that I'm not. When you get like what I know what I'm gonna do, like it's not gonna be nothing that I can't get Devin ready for. Like, so I'm in. Like I'm not on the outside looking in and just talking to them family, like, hey, this cool. We could fight them, boom, boom, boom. I'm training them again. So it's a difference for me to say, all right, Dad ain't gonna bitch about what I want him to do, how we need to work. He a great student. So that make it easy for me because he willing to go to any limit to get it done.
Mm. Fresh, thank you for the 2 piece. What about Devin versus Boots with the emojis with the eyes?
It could possibly happen one day, but Boots is a big guy, another big guy to where he could be middleweight 168, 160.
Xander might be bigger than him, right?
They both big. Like, dude is young though, Xander. So I don't
Still
know.
growing.
Both guys where you could tell they're gonna be super middleweights. They both good enough to go up and win multiple divisions. Xander and Boots, you could see with some guys, dude gonna win titles. What's his name? Xander. He gonna be a champion for a minute. Like he gonna go up and win his belts. He ain't somebody that I think this ain't knocking Matias, but I didn't see him as Puerto Rico's. I seen him like a Gotti, where he a beast and he gonna put his work in. But I see Xander more as Puerto Rico's. If somebody asks me like, what you think about this kid is for Puerto Rico, he the one that stick out to me the most because he young, he in shape, he look disciplined, he got speed, he got power, he gonna come and fight, and he got gas. He got a lot of stuff with him.
Yeah, and he has the potential, which is most important.
I definitely, yeah, he got potential, 100%.
HLD, thank you for the 2 piece. Mickey said Loma in his prime versus Haney at 36.
100%. He was dangerous. The same way that 38-year-old Crawford beat Canelo. The same way Usyk, number one pound for pound, is 39, 40.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying?
Dex Money, thank you for the 2 piece. I bet y'all won't fight Boots.
Shit, we proven we'd fight anybody. No matter who we fight, somebody gonna come up. If he fought Boots, people be, hey, they want him to fight Benavidez. Like people ain't never gonna be happy. At the end of the day, like, man, listen, Boxing right now, so many fighters, and Turkey got the he got the bag. So all we can do is fight who's there at the time and who and what makes sense. Like that's what I told you. Bill do the business. Yeah, he running by me. What you think? I'm confident at what he did. Now that it come to think, like I say, he mentioned Xander. I didn't know it was this serious, like you saying. Like I
Hmm.
did talk about it a few weeks ago because now he is a guy that I will watch more closely now, since I think it might be a possibility. When he said it, I'm like, oh, Xander could fight because I've seen him fight a lot, and I'm like, damn, this kid looked like he loved the game. Like he and I'm hip to him, but now that I see it's a possibility, yeah, he a fighter. That I know I'm gonna start gauging him and watching him though.
Yeah, I think everybody kind of looked at him when we found out he was the youngest signee of Top Rank. I think a lot of eyes was looked at him at that time, and now you can't. It's undeniable at the end of the day being a unified champion at
Yeah,
154.
what I see in him is he looked like he loved it, like he gonna be he looked like he take the game serious.
You do.
Yeah, like I haven't seen like just from what I seen in him, that's what stuck out. Like, oh, Puerto Rico might I think they got him one. They got him. They got one. He young. He liked the game. He don't look like he gonna get his money and self destruct. You know,
Hmm. HOD, thank you for the two-piece. Haney has two fights. Ryan next per turkey or no payday. Ryan Garcia fight. Yeah, man. Ryan fighting Barrios. Ryan fighting Barrios on the 21st. So the card looked nice.
I want I want him and Ryan more than anybody.
Yeah,
That one number. That's my number one fight right there. Like 100%. Yeah, but yeah, hopefully he handles business, man. With hopefully he handles business with Barrios.
you think he will?
Yeah, if Ryan is on, he on. Like Ryan definitely could fight. Like hands down, he got the ability, but he gotta beat he gonna destroy the fight if he don't beat Barrios.
That's right.
Like that's who I personally want. Like, if I had to name it, I want him. But I'm whatever though, whoever come up.
Big
Yeah,
facts. You so do you think he will? Do you feel like he will win?
against do I feel like Ryan to win?
Yeah,
I think he might, yeah. I think he'd beat Barrios. But like I say, you don't know what Ryan is gonna come in. It's with Yon, he definitely could fight though.
for
And
sure.
it's good if he win. He good for the sport. Ryan one of the biggest draws. Him and Devin would be probably the biggest fight. That can be like Canelo versus Crawford at that Allegiant Raiders. Yeah, they could sell that out, that Raiders stadium.
That's huge.
Yeah, I think they could do that. It's because the controversy is there.
Mm. Fresh, thank you for the five-piece. If Devin wants the biggest challenge, why not fight winner of Fundora versus Thurman? Laughing my ass off. If he beats Fundora, he'll get all the credit he deserves. They
It's
want him to.
unrealistic. Like we not. That's what I'm saying. He fighting Thurman. He ain't even like we don't know what's gonna happen. If dude is the one that's willing to fight right now, is Xander willing to fight? Like I ain't keeping up with the news or nothing.
No, no, no. I haven't heard his response to Bill Haney yet.
He just fought. If it's open, then that's something to jump up for. We not 147 is our weight. Point blank. We just went up. We fought one time there. We could make that weight until Devin retire. Damn, I'm sure. So yeah, we jump up, we go win. It ain't like I want him to get, which I'm sure he'd get undisputed at 147, but Devin don't want to sit around. If he want to, he could sit around. He could sit around and wait for Ryan. If Ryan win, he could really sit around and wait on that. because that's what everybody want to see. Like if they announced that he was fighting Ryan, that'd be like the biggest like bigger than him and Shakur right now as far as like the public.
Yeah, that's a big fight.
To
That's a
the
huge fight.
huge fight. So really, I wouldn't be mad at that. Like wait to see what Ryan gonna do in a few weeks. Get the winner of that. Get the winner of that. He just that's like to me that'd be the biggest fight since Ryan versus Canelo and Crawford.
Hmm.
That's huge.
It is big. Getting into that card though, do you think that what do you think about Richardson Hitchinson Duarte on that co-main event? Oscar Duarte and Richardson Hitchens, they're fighting on the Ryan Garcia co-main event.
Man, it's a good stay busy fight.
You don't like it.
It's all right. It's all right. It ain't. I can't be mad at it. You can't fight. I'd rather you'd rather stay busy, even if you can't get the very top fight every fight. It's
Hmm.
like it ain't. It's doable. Yeah, I can't be mad at it.
Yeah, that's not. It is what it is. I guess. I mean, at the end of the day, I would have wanted to see him with some other people, but
Yeah, but it ain't. I can't be mad. It's better to fight than not. I would rather fighters fight more, and you get you one of them kind of fights in between, and just wait. And just it's better to fight more times a year and stay busy because
hmm
you off if you bullshit on them kind of fights. But I would like to see him versus Core. If you talking about 140,
yeah,
I just think that's a good thing because they sparred. Like sometimes if a dude know you, they can kind of they know each other, so it might be a good fight.
100%. And he has the IBF title, so he could have Richardson get that rehydration clause, like he's been wanting lately. Sometimes we see. Do you want the rehydration clause because you want leverage, you want an advantage, or do you really need it? Or you really trying to like deplete the other person? Like, so I guess going the IBF route would be the best route, I guess. Would you think? For Shakur, if that's the case, or fight Modataya at 135, which also has a IBF title.
I like him in more tie.
You
I
don't
like
like it.
General as a fighter, not against Shakur though. I'd rather see him fight Keyshawn more tie.
Him move up and activate his clause. Okay.
I look at styles too when I look at matchups. I
I like that. I like that over Oscar Duarte. That's for sure.
like him versus Shakur at all. More tie his style. I don't like it.
Do you like more the tire with Keyshawn?
Yeah, for sure. I
A
like
lot of
that.
people. A lot of people do.
But Keish with Shakur, nah. Shakur, you got to get strategic with his matches, and you like to see him fight anybody just to see him put his work in, and he gonna put. If you really know boxing, you gonna like his performance. But when you look at who can give him a fight, I don't see. I like Morotai, but I don't like him against Shakur. I don't see it. No, I see it being like a Teofimo. He
Mm,
effort, but it's easier said than done when you in there. If you don't know how to get to him, if you don't know how to what punches to throw X, Y, and Z. But Richardson got an advantage because they sparred a lot, and he's slick. He could, he longer. I see that being a good fight because of that reason. He been in the ring with him a lot,
yeah,
but got to happen fairly fast because I think he might be 147. He looked like Hitchinson.
yeah. That's why I would say if you're gonna get him, Shakur, you got to get him now.
Yeah, but I don't seem like they kind of gunning for that. Like I ain't hear too much about it.
Yeah. And if it's a unification, then the IBF rules won't even really count. So I don't even know if these guys want to hold these belts or not. Or I don't know what these guys, if what does a champion mean holding these belts? I mean, Shakur complaining about the sanction and fees and stuff like that. So, and it seems like a lot of the fighters are gonna start complaining about it more too. Um, but other things that people are talking about that are complaining is Floyd Mayweather suing the Showtime, sh- for 360 mil approximately.
Um,
Wow, that's a lot of money. That's a lot of money, Mick. That's a lot of money. That's all over the tabloids today. Tell me what what's your thoughts on that? Like, he's talking about suing Espinosa and Showtime. Nothing to do with Al Heyman, but Espinosa and Showtime. 360. No, 340. 340, I believe. Yeah, talking about the Conor McGregor and Pacquiao, those two fights. You smiling.
yeah,
Talk to me.
I just feel it ironic that he's suing somebody.
Yeah.
Yeah, I find that ironic
How come?
because this company, the company that he set up, fucked everybody. That's funny to me.
How that comes, huh?
Yeah, it's funny to me. So I can't even really, I can't jump on his side. Like I know, you know, but I mean that's he doing what he think is best for him.
Right.
He always was. Like you can, whether you get robbed by his company, he don't care. But then when he heard that he got, I don't know. I find it ironic though. I just say that.
Yeah, man. I mean, and it's been like 10 years since those fights, man. Like it's been a minute.
Yeah.
Amazing. Amazing to hear. And he has a fight date, matter of fact. You know, on Google it says that he's fighting June 27th. Um, yeah, he's fighting Tyson, but not Mike Tyson. He's fighting a former kickboxer. Um, this is interesting. This is the guy that, see if they got a picture of him. There you go. That's the guy he's gonna be fighting.
Is that real? I thought he was. I thought
It's
he was doing something with Tyson or something.
I thought so too. I guess it's something in the meantime, between time or something. I don't know, but this is on Google. On Google.
I was hearing him and Pacquiao was trying to do something.
I was hearing that too. I was hearing that too. I was listening to Bill the other day. He was saying that Devin can get the winner of that fight.
Why not? It's the money. It's a hey. It's the time where the money all there. Why not just get the money? Go
How
ahead,
would
zero.
Yo, would that be funny? You going against Floyd with Dev?
You said what?
Would that be funny? You going against Floyd with Dev in Dev's corner?
Yeah, yeah, yeah. It'd be fun.
Shit, man. Oh, how would you have to talk to you would be talking to his dad about it?
Shit, he understand.
Yeah, I know. Shit. Roger, I remember when Roger went with De La Hoya for a fight. Remember
Who?
that? When Roger, well, no, my bad, not Roger Mayweather. Senior
No, he trained him 8 years.
for 8 years.
Yeah, he trained De La Hoya. Wow.
Damn, that's a
Yeah.
long time.
Or he stepped down when he fought his son.
Yeah,
He ain't gonna train him against his son. That's when he stepped away. But no, he trained De La Hoya whole for a long time.
8 years.
But he started training De La Hoya.
Yeah, man. This boxing. Oh, and then you got Frank Martin's gonna be fighting Nair Albright. What do you think about that? That's also on the Ryan
Box-
Garcia card.
Oh, that's a good boxing fight. Like a good, if you know boxing, like it's a good. It make for a good fight on the card.
Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, that's a good fight. Cause he fought. He had a close match with Keyshawn, right? Albright.
Yeah, that
Oh
was
yeah.
the one that got pushed. That he got caught smoking, and
Wait, hold on. He fought Keyshawn, right? Albright. Did he? It was a close fight, right?
nah, not close. Keyshawn won pretty convincingly.
Hey, yeah, I might be thinking of some. All right, yeah, yeah, okay. I
He
know what
kind
you.
of hurt Albright in the fight, but I mean,
Yeah,
no, Albright hurt him in the fight, but
yeah, okay. It was something in that showed me like, okay, he, I don't compare each fight to each fight, but I know what Devin would have did to Albright for sure. It ain't even in the same like stratosphere at all. Like, so but yeah, that's a good him and Frank Martin that's a good fight.
yeah.
Yeah, that's a good matchup.
Who you like in that one?
Dang, I might have to give Frank the edge. Yeah, I'll give Frank. I might give Frank the edge. He seemed like I might give Frank the edge in that one in the close fight.
In the close one? Shoot, the game, the game of boxing has changed a lot, Mick. That has definitely. What do you think about Zuffa boxing? You might be. Who knows? You might have some fighters that might be training. You might have to go over there to Zuffa too.
Yeah, I
What
ain't
you?
really dudes that I don't go looking for fighters. Now,
Right,
my door is open if it's the right situation. Like if they need somebody cold that know the game for the business side, yeah, I'm
for
open.
sure. Yeah,
I think that I can be an asset. Just what I know in this boxing game on the business end, but fighter wise, yeah, my door is open for the right opportunity. But I don't, like I say, I don't get greedy when it come to that because the work I put in is I got to be in shape. The way that I train, and what I demand, I train different, so I got to be in shape and be focused for that too.
yeah, yeah. Nah, 100%. You got to be. Now, when you're not able to do all the physical stuff and you're just on the floor, that's when you need to know that you have all the knowledge in place, right?
Yeah, see, I'm better than that. I'm cold at that. They're my best attributes. Like I can look. It ain't one fighter I can't have a game plan to beat. It's just matter whether the fighter can do, whether they can implement it or not. But as far as the moves and knowing how to do this, do that, I got all of that.
Yeah.
Yeah, like I got all of that.
That's what do you think, like, do you feel like the majority of the people that you see in the big stages, what would you say, 80% of them don't know what they're doing, know what they're talking about, 60% don't know? What
Wait,
you
which
think?
as far as what trainers or fighters?
Trainers in the top stages on TV today.
Yeah, I say 80% don't.
80.
Yeah, at
Mm,
least 70, 80. They might see you like I ain't gonna say not know. They might know it to the level where they ceiling is low, but people don't know it. See, when I was coming up, it was like the people I was around, they had terms that mean something. Like it was real, like it was real, like it was real. Like it's like a fraternity when you know, and you could see somebody that don't even got a name. Like I've seen some of the coldest trainers that nobody knew that didn't even have a name
mm,
because they might have been up under this guy or up under that guy. But I've seen him in the gym. Oh, this cat cold. Like, or when I went to Big Floyd or Emmanuel Stewart and worked with him, it'd be this guy that was in my first boxing gym that trained me, that taught me the same some of the same stuff. Like had me doing this and that. Like I'm like, damn, this senior he teaching me this now. My first trainer, but they come up from them same people that trained the Joe Lewis's, the Ray Robinsons, the Ezra Charleses, the James Tonys, the Hearns, and it's an umbrella that they come under. So I that's what I respect is who did you come under and who did you get it from.
right.
Nowadays, dudes is hustling their way into fighters' corners.
Now, do you think those guys that you speak about, right? Do you feel like there's more of those guys as co-trainers and they're not the head trainer and they're just using them for like the training and the process, the gear up, the game planning and stuff like that, the lead up, but they never really get that shine?
Listen, now that's how it used to be. Now they non-existent. A lot of them dying off, to be real with you, because they was the older. See, I always had older trainers. Most of them dying off. It ain't too many guys left that's cut from that cloth that I was learning from. Them dudes was 80, 90. Like, so even like senior, his trainers was 80, 90 when he was young, which mean that they was born in like the early 1900s, late 1800s. So they was getting the new modern era in the boxing era of boxing is what come from them guys. And then senior and them got the game, and you know he implemented his stuff into it, but it ain't a lot of guys left. But a lot of them don't even, you wouldn't even know is what I'm saying. They didn't even get to the big stage. They just love the sport. They might still be in a small town or in the hood training kids. The ones that is left, I seen that a lot. Where I'm like, damn, dude, the most dedicated trainers you ever see. Like I take my hat off to them because I'm like, man, these dudes literally trained since I was a kid and never made a dollar from this sport.
Crazy.
Yeah, but I take my hat off to it because it's a hard job. Like it's hard. Being a trainer is a hard job and demanding, and there's no guarantee for trainers like it is for managers, promoters. Yeah, it's a tough job.
That's the worst part, right? That there's no guarantees in a trainer.
Yeah, it's tough.
You can't have a contract. You can't
Rarely,
set up a contract to a point that you have to be part of the team. You could move me if you need different guidance as a head coach or whatever, but as far as being a part of the team.
it just been like a handshake deal. Like we getting paid this, you getting paid that. It's a percentage that's you supposed to get. But then some fighters might just say, "Hey, it's a flat fee." Boom. So that's why I say it's hard because to me, it's the most important. It's the most important role for a fighter. Is the trainer, point blank, hands down. Of course, the money, the promoter, but once you set with your promoter, that's a good. But I'm saying you with your trainer every day in camp. You're gonna see your promoter and manager maybe one time, like once or a few times a year. You're gonna see your trainer 75, 70, 80% of the train of your year. You but so it's a hard tough job. That's why I say with me, I'm blessed to be able to come in and I started out with Devin Haney. He was a 20-year-old champion. So I was blessed to be able to walk into a situation like that by having the knowledge that I got and senior got old. So they subbed me in like damn, and I would say I'm able to do it, do it as close to him as possible and know all of the game and the tricks, the knowledge that I need. But it's fighters that never get it's trainers that never get their break. Like a lot of them, man, they never got their break. Like me training, like it made me appreciate a lot of guys I had as a kid that did it for free for thousands of days. Like these dudes is dedicated, them trainers, and it be the ones that you never see on the big stage.
Mm. After the fight with you guys and Brian Norman, um, he decided to fire his dad as far as the main trainer. Do you feel like, Derek James is a good replacement for that head spot?
Yeah, in my opinion, yeah, just off the surface, yeah, I could say that because he from Texas. He got the experience. He fought at yeah, I say I was a good move for him.
Mm. What would you say top 5 trainers in boxing today?
It's hard for me to say. It's hard for me to say because I have to really think. But one thing I will say is it ain't a lot of teachers left. See, I'm a teacher. Like, I could teach. Like that mean that mean a lot more. Training is training. I get what you. It's the same thing, but I'm saying like teaching too, like taking a dude and take, fixing this habit, fixing that habit, having a solution to the problem, like coming in and like, I'm young as a trainer, but I could do that. Like I know how to do that because of who I came up under. So it might be something that you got to really have the knowledge to know why a fighter fighting this way or why they not fighting this way. What to do to this guy that's different from that guy because everybody different. So it ain't like, oh, I train Haney, but if I train Anthony Joshua or if I train this guy or that guy, it's going to be different for all of them. So you got to really know the game to look at him and watch him for a minute and then say what he need and what he, it's a lot. It's a lot to it. It ain't a lot of teachers in the game. No, it's only a few of them.
So give me the top. What about the top three? How about we limit it to three?
I can't say the best because I ain't too like. I could if you name them to me, I could say
All right. So how about we do this? I'll put
because I can't even think, but of a,
we'll go Bomac, Robert Garcia, and we'll go with
them two.
Rolly's trainer up in Vegas. Uh I forget his Silas,
I was keeping around.
Wally Moses. I'll put I'll put Derek James in there. I'll just throw him in there.
I throw him.
Um yeah.
Yeah,
From
them two.
out of those names, like who do you feel like got the crown?
It mattered the fighter. See, I could name better by saying what fighter would you put him with. That's how I can answer it because each fighter to me it'd be different fighters that can help. You got to see by what they could do with this fighter because you could put a guy with somebody and they might not be good for them. See me, I think that like the way the what I know, I think I could train different people because I'm good at looking at them and see what they need to do and what they fix and what they need to throw out. So I could do both. I could throw out shit and then add stuff to them, and then you got to pick up on a lot of other stuff too. I ain't gonna give away, but I'm not impressed with 90% of the trainers that I'm seeing though.
Do you other than yourself, who do you feel like is the most underrated trainer right now?
Underrated, nobody, because I think you kind of named some of the, like underrated. I can't say underrated because nobody that stand out that much to where they just like it's gonna come out almost like
Yeah.
dude can train. You gonna kind of know, but I will say that not naming a certain name, but I see 90% is over that shouldn't be training a lot of these fighters. I'll say that.
Mm.
I like the one you named, but on these big stages, I could see there's a lot of frauds though that just copy and paste. To me, it's a copy and paste error. The fighter got talent. They watching YouTube. They still in this, still in that, and then they just trying to be sophisticated with how they saying it. That's it. But you're not gonna really trick the best with it. Like it wasn't like that. It just got like this, like in the near
You're not
recent.
gonna be able to develop certain great habits.
Yeah, like you're not getting no Devin Haney Shakur type talent from no a lot of these dudes. Like, but to me, the fighters just don't know because some of them that's young, they don't know like because they was babies or little kids when they was coming up. They don't know who they might think a dude to trick their way in the game been there. So with me, I know I seen guys, so I could say, oh, I remember him. He was with him, so he learned from him. Like a dude, think about how bad it's gonna be in 10 years from now. If it's bad now, in 10 years, it's gonna be all about who on the screen and who getting the best publicity because it ain't gonna be like, oh, this guy came from here, he got the game from him. it's gonna matter which trainer training a good fighter that make him look good. That's all it's gonna be about. Like, but if you really know the game and you smart, that's something that I mean, that's something that you got to get your education on. It's like, all right, this fighter right here, who like most fighters, right? Most people right now, you couldn't name a fighter and say, even from the knowledge that you know, oh, I think he should go to him. Even if it was me, I would know 95% of fighters I could pick a trainer for him. Even if I take myself out the equation,
Tio.
I would say like Robert Garcia.
It's funny. I was about to say the same shit. I was telling my other boy. I think it was HLD. I think I said the same thing. Yeah, because I think he especially riding with working out next to Bam Rodriguez as well.
But the guy that he had as assistant is good. But I don't know how deep in the game he is right now because he come from my way up under the Kronk stable. To he know the game. I've been around him, so he know the game.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, Stacy. Yeah, he know what he doing.
Yeah. Now I was talking to Zab and Corey about Stacy. Um, but it's tough, right? Because when you have that, head trainer, he leads the way.
Yeah, especially senior. He seen T.O. father. That's a hard task right there. The stuff he was saying, like, I don't even see how you gonna get yours in working with him. He disabling his son. T.O. got the skill. That'd be easy for me. Train the fighter with his ability. Oh, that'd be simple for me. Like if you brought him to Ohio or Michigan back when I was coming up with them trainers, oh, it'd be a wrap. Like he got this, but they missing the little things. Like I'm only speaking what I'm saying, what I seen coming up. Like, dude,
Yeah.
oh, like this nasty with the teachings. Like,
Yeah, yeah, because at the end of the day, senior Teofimo Lopez Senior probably don't know what the problems really are at the end of the day.
he he got his bread. That's his son. Got a teacher, and he training his son. It ain't like he could go take Shakur, Keyshawn, like like that'd be like me. I could train Devin. I could train damn near. I could train all of them that I just named, and they would know like, oh, he nice. He just brought something else new to me. He got me sharp. He did this. He did that. With T.O. Senior, you think that do you think that a dude like a Canelo or this fighter or that fighter gonna call him to learn something? That tell you something right there. Now this ain't me knocking him. We keeping it 100 talking boxing. I give him his props as a hell of a father. He raised his son. He in his life. A lot of these fathers debunking the myth about not being in their kids' lives, and that's is we seeing it in real time. These dudes is coming up making their son multimillionaires. But to me, Devin Haney, Bill made people think they can do what he doing. I think that he motivating this generation of trying to do what he doing. But he different coming up because he knew who to put his son up under early. But I seen Devin when he was 7, 8 years old. He was already training with Floyd Senior. His pops knew like, damn, uh let me go here and let me put him with the best. Like he gonna train with them. He got a gym and everything. Devin and them had their own gym when they came to Vegas. And that's how Zab, became his godfather and all that. So he was around the best since he was a kid. This ain't nothing new. So when people seen Bill doing it, every father in boxing is like, "Oh, I'm about to do what Bill doing." But he's learned from the best ever, the fucking Mayweather. So seeing it, hearing it, and knowing the son, it ain't like he trying to train the whole boxing world, like saying, "Oh, I'm gonna hire him." But with his son, he know him and he know what he see and what he know from the style that we use. So by me partner up with them, bam, Mick was with the same teacher. He know Dad too, so we know what we seeing, what we doing, what we supposed to be doing. Like if I was with T.O. father, I wouldn't be able to train with him because I would be like, damn, T.O. got all the skills in the world, but it could, it can't be too many chefs in the kitchen. So imagine me knowing way more than senior, but I can't give it to his son. Now, if I'm his pops, I'm gonna let somebody give him the game and get him
Mm,
hard, because it'll become an ego thing to where you say, "Damn, my son didn't beat Lomachenko. He didn't beat Josh Taylor. Let me sit down, man. Let me just let my son." But you got to give him space though too, because a lot of the kids don't get a chance to grow up mentally because you their father. So sit back, come to the gym every once in a while, and just make sure he's sharp. Don't give him his space, give him room. He might still feel like a little kid dealing with you because he never had the space as a man. He grown now. You still his son, but my thing is like, go ahead and see what you. Tio got to do that though. He got to be comfortable to say, "Hey, look, this is what I'm about to do."
right. You got to sit back and if anything, sit back and take notes. You know what I mean, and keep
Either that or don't be there.
or don't be there. Correct.
Because some of them is because you still putting him in the box as a little kid. He might not have never been away from his father his whole life. So you could be little, you could be keeping him as a boy, just
Stunting his growth.
ever been away from my father before, ever.
Mhm.
Grew up as a kid. Now, when I stepped out as being a grown man, my father's still in the gym every day. He might need that space. That's what works for some people. Some of them they like for their father to be there. They give them confidence.
Yeah, his father did an interview, and it didn't look good, man, because he was just telling his son, he was just telling the interviewer that, my son wasn't listening, and it was like you could see the path of the team when you hear that.
Yeah, see, I don't agree with that because listening to what?
Right.
What? Like, see, I could train Devin and possibly not say a word the whole fight because have you been taught to do what you telling him? See, in that fight, you can't take credit away from Shakur because he disarmed, and that's what he good at. That's what
Mhm.
Shakur talent. He could disarm you, right? But Tio looked lost. He was switching up and doing stuff that you don't even normally see him doing, right? Did you teach him this though, senior? And where did you get it from? Really, genuinely. See, that's the problem with boxing to me is
Nobody keeping it real all the way real.
now I can't say that because I ain't going like I said, I couldn't hear the fight, but I seen that seen what Andre Ward said. So Ward ain't gonna lie and try to. So when I heard what he said, I knew it was real. I ain't hear it during the fight, but I did see a thing where he said he wasn't listening. All right, he wasn't listening. You can't do what you can't been taught to do. You can't do something you haven't been taught.
Hmm.
We said this before the fight that he was like not like he an athletic fighter that fight off talent. Remember we were saying that it boiled down to more than that when you get in there with certain dudes. So that natural talent didn't come out that fight. So he need a teacher to teach him how to use his skills in a more scientific way, in a more scientific way,
Less as an athlete and more as a.
and more scientific. Like
Hmm.
that's what I could say. But yeah, but these fighters got to smart. You got to know who is who.
Yeah, and that's what I like about that bill. I even think I like that about Ryan's dad sometimes, because I see his dad. He tries other trainers, and ultimate he lets Ryan make the judgment call and stuff like that. But it must feel better as a father knowing that you giving your son all the opportunities in the world versus just listening to me, and then when he gets his ass kicked, you're
Let's
gonna
do
feel some type of way.
10 minutes left.
Oh yeah, absolutely, yeah. No, but this was
What
definitely a great segment, man.
cut you off?
No, 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 I was actually done with it, but yeah, nah, I think that these fights coming up are going to be good. I think that this year, 2026, is going to be a real great year for boxing.
Some good matches, yeah, some good fights.
Yeah. Um. Nevertheless, Mickey, I really appreciate your time, man. Always a pleasure talking to you, man. And let everybody know where they can find you and what else you got next. What's going on with you? I mean, I know you always got something hindering you. I know you got the little white boy that you're working with. I
Yeah,
see you working with the little white boy. What's his
Um,
name?
uh,
So I don't call him the little white boy anymore.
no, that we joke about that. We always say the little cold white boy. His father, so we already, hey, we don't even take that as a knock. It's real. He the minority in the sport of boxing. So yeah, little Julian Wardlow, the TGT, the Irish Monster.
Okay, you still working with David?
Now he moving around. I ain't really got with him in a minute. We always talking and everything. I think he with Berlanga in camp. But yeah,
Yeah, I think I seen him in a video at his house. Yeah.
we talk all the time, and you know, but right now I think he in camp with them. He haven't fought in a minute. He been off. It's a whole
How come?
busy year this year.
Oh, because Danny hasn't had a lot of fights, right?
Yeah, so I don't know what he doing. Is yeah.
Right, right. Anything else going on with you?
No, I might make history. I got about two in me, but I always got to wait for with Devin. I got to see what he doing, and then kind of dance around that a little bit.
So that being said, I mean, do you feel like you'll be able to sneak one in 2026?
Yeah, yeah. No, this would be my last year. Period. Like,
Period.
yeah. Yeah, this would be my last year. Yeah, yeah.
And then just straight focus on the coaching aspect of it.
Business coaching. Like I say, I ain't chasing no fighters.
Right.
But come to me if it's the right situation. Is because I'm gonna put my all into it, and really, I got jewels and got the game for real. So coming to me, I'm giving away a lot. Like, I'm giving away a lot. So if the opportunity is there and it's serious, if it's a serious fighter, if it's worth it, then yeah, I wouldn't mind it.
That's what's up, man. That's dope. Listen, let everybody know where they can find you on social media, Mick.
Hey, Eternal on Instagram.
All right, man. Well, really appreciate your time, man.
All right, yup, bet.
Take it easy. Stay blessed, man. Appreciate you. Smash the like button. Subscribe to the channel if you guys haven't subscribed to the channel yet. Salute to everybody on the live. We had over 300 plus people on the live. Hit the like button. Hit the subscribe button. I'm trying to get to 50,000 subscribers, y'all. I need y'all help. I just need y'all to just hit that subscribe button. Hit the hype button. Yeah, man. Shout out to El Boricuas in the house. El Shakur. Yeah, you seen him? You seen the patch? You seen the patch on the shorts? You know it. Man, oh man. Salute to everybody on the live, man, once again. Appreciate you guys. Stay blessed and on to the next. We'll be back tomorrow with a whole bunch more interviews, all right? Peace.